So let's talk for a minute about all the president's lackeys and where the January 6th investigation goes from here. Because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So if you're of a certain age, you'll remember the term, all the president's men, right? That was the phrase used to refer to Richard Nixon's criminal associates during the Watergate scandal. Well, I want to borrow from and modify that just a little bit to refer to Donald Trump and the insurrection. So let's go with all the president's lackeys, because Donald Trump has some stable of lackeys. You know, Richard Nixon's crew looks like Spanky and our gang next to Trump's collection of crooks. I mean, let's just run through some of them. Steve Bannon, first indicted for participating in this bogus We Build the Wall Foundation, by which he stole money from Donald Trump's supporters. He was federally indicted and then pardoned by Trump, but of course Steve Bannon has now committed more federal crimes. He's been indicted and he's pending trial for contempt of Congress. Jeffrey Clark, one of Donald Trump's Department of Justice officials who tried to help him corruptly overturn the results of the presidential election, he's pleading the Fifth. He's invoking his Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination, because if he was forced to testify truthfully, he would expose himself as having committed crimes against the United States. John Eastman, one of Trump's lawyers, who drafted a 6-point memo, basically how to coup, and tried to help Trump corruptly overturn the election results as well, he's pleading his Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination. Roger Stone, convicted, sentenced to prison, and pardoned by Trump. Mike Flynn pleaded guilty not once but twice, pardoned by Donald Trump. Rudy Giuliani remains under federal criminal investigation. And we could go on. All the president's lackeys. Now, we know the House Select Committee investigating the Capitol attack is doing its thing. The question we continue to ask ourselves is, well, is the Department of Justice doing what's necessary to hold Donald Trump and his lackeys, his criminal associates, his co-conspirators accountable? And, are they going to save democracy in the process? Consider this. Here is what Liz Chaney, the co-chair of the House Select Committee, just said about what that committee is intending to do. Quote, "We anticipate next year we will be conducting multiple weeks of public hearings, setting out for the American people in vivid color exactly what happened every minute of the day on January 6th here at the Capitol and at the White House, and what led to that violent attack." So with that in mind, that Liz Chaney announced for the committee that we're about to begin to see public hearings of what happened at the Capitol and at the White House, I want to turn to something that a good friend of mine, Alison Gill, AG, recently tweeted out. You might know Allison from her podcast Mueller, She Wrote, or from her podcast Daily Beans. Allison is a Navy vet and a former high employee at the VA, the Department of Veterans Affairs. Allison also happens to be a fierce free agent fighter for justice. Here's what Allison tweeted out comparing the insurrection to Watergate. Breaking, and first she quoted a piece of what Liz Chaney said, "We anticipate next year we will conduct multiple weeks of public hearings," close quote. And then Allison added, "Enough time for DOJ to criminally investigate the coup, same timeline as Watergate." Consider. June 1972, Watergate break-in. July 1973, public hearings. March 1974. Indictments, January 1975. Convictions. Now, friends, I know we live in an age of instant gratification. We want indictments to drop. We want justice to come now. But when you compare the timeline of the insurrection investigation to the timeline of the Watergate investigation, we're actually on track. And we're going to get there. The Department of Justice is going to get there. Because justice matters. Friends, as always, thank you for tuning in to these daily Justice Matters videos. If you would like to more formally support our all-volunteer efforts here at Justice Matters, a legal analysis video every day, 7 days a week. We are an all-volunteer outfit. You can go over to patreon.com. You can sign up to become a patron. And if you do, I will send you some Team Justice stickers and a personal handwritten note of thanks. And as always, friends, please stay safe. Please stay tuned. And I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.